Oh, that's a fright. Hey, what's up, family? I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews. We talk about various keto topics, and every Monday we go live on Keto Beyond the Couch because life exists beyond the couch.
You can find us in different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and X.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way, every single time we show you the whole story, you'll be alerted to it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We're up nice and early. We got to go let the chickens out still.
I look like I slept hard last night.
So last week when we went to the animal auction, I was able to get 5 more chickens.
Woohoo!
And there was, they were just trying to get rid of them. So we got 5 chickens at $2.50 a chicken, which is
cheaper than buying them from a hatchery.
It's cheaper than buying a baby. Yes, okay, you didn't raise them as a baby, but like, in fact, they're just getting ready to start laying eggs. In fact, we got the first tiny egg when you get them to go tiny, their first eggs yesterday. Turns out one of them is a rooster.
And
we already have 2 roosters.
We have 2 roosters. He's a little guy and he's getting picked on. So we're going to rehome him.
We have a Facebook page here called the Rehoming Livestock of Arcadia. And so we have a very nice lady who we've actually met in the past is coming to pick up that rooster, and then we can integrate them. So we're going to get up. She should be here in a little while. We're going to go let out all of our chickens and the turkeys. We have to give our one turkey her antibiotics.
Yes, she's feeling under the weather, but that's okay. Like what it is she has like a little pimple thing that's like got like some, zit stuff in it.
Took her to the vet last week and they've lanced it, and we excised like a lot of pus, and I think it needs to be lanced again, and I'm kind of like a little hesitant to try it. Like, they told us this is how you do it, but like I feel like I'm hurting her, even though she seems fine. Like, you can touch it and everything else. So we're going to let the antibiotics run their course first and see if that helps let things go down. But let's go let them out.
Well, here is our morning. Look at these happy little faces waiting to greet us. Sorry I look a mess, but pajamas. Good morning, everybody. Hi. Oh, behave. Good morning.
This one right here, who does not have a name, is the low man on the totem pole, and just stays near us all the time.
This is my favorite part because these guys will really fly good morning. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Go, 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 go. Go, go. Ooh, look at your beautiful feathers this morning. Looking good, Hollywood. Hi. Oh, you're thinking I have stuff on my pajamas? Well, normally they would just fly off. But this morning they're kind of staying close to home. That's wild.
Which one's your favorite one?
I don't have a favorite one. This brown and white one right here is very friendly and inquisitive. I like that. This gray one is very inquisitive and friendly. So I like birds that are interested in you. I'll pour some of the...
They all know.
Go down, baby.
So what are you giving them?
They're getting some worms because, unlike what Eglin's Best reports, these are not vegetarian animals. Not the chickens and not the turkeys. They absolutely love these different worms and fly larvae. Here we go, the whole circus.
They're all gonna go up.
The whole circus is up there.
You want turkeys? They like to fly.
Hi.
The gray one's looking to go on the roof.
Good morning. Are you going up there too? What about you?
Once one goes, they all go.
Yeah. Oh.
Tabitha almost got it. Hey, guys, can you get down?
Please.
And then all you gotta do is get one to get down. Come on down. Come on down.
He's like, nope, I'm moving.
I'm just gonna move.
But yeah, if you make one go down, like if I walk up here, then everybody will leave.
Let's see. Everybody down. Come on.
So he's not going to stay there by himself.
And that's the noise that when they get lost.
Yeah. Hey, friend. Oh, he's coming back. I will hold you. It's like, no. What you got in there, sir?
I'm trying to decide what flavor keto chow I'm going to have because my dentures broke. I still haven't gotten my new dentures, so I made 4 keto chows because I'm pretty much on keto chow and eggs right now. I got grape.
Yuck.
I don't know what this one is. I guess this is what you get to do. That's chocolate. You're not gonna drink these, I hope, right?
No.
Actually, it doesn't matter. It's not like, okay. So
I won't. I'm not going to touch your keto chows right now because you really need them.
That's orange, I think. No, that's not orange. What flavor is that? Oh, it's banana bread.
You thought for a second banana bread was orange? Is that because you had just chased it with chocolate?
That's the orange. Which one should I have? What do you think?
I don't think you know what taste you're tasting.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do orange. So yeah, I'm gonna have a keto chow. Most of the time I make it with butter, but I didn't feel like pulling out the blender, so I just had Rachel pick up some heavy cream at Aldi yesterday, and Aldi actually has very clean heavy cream. So this is made with 4 ounces of heavy cream and a package of the orange cream keto chow. Makes about 520 calories. I think that's the best way to have it. Again, remember keto chow is supposed to be a meal, so don't make your keto chows like 250 calories. 250 calories is not a meal for anyone. That's a snack. But yeah, so really grateful for this because of my teeth. Leave a link down below. If you use that link, you get 10% off of everything except for subscriptions. What do you got?
I have some Greek yogurt with flax seeds on it, and I'm going to eat an entire avocado salted generously with Redmond real salt of chaos.
Okay, a lot of people have been asking us for an update on what's going on with the house, so let's show you everything we've done. So we're starting off this is going to be our living room, so you can see I've got the sheetrock up. And I'm working on the tape and spackle. It's actually not spackle, it's drywall mud, but that's what you call it. So I'm not great at it. Like a really good professional drywaller can do this in 2 or 3 coats with minimal sanding. I'm going to, I've gotten 3 coats on, so now I have to go through and sand it down, get all the ridges, make it nice and smooth. Because I'm not the greatest at it, and you can see there's a lot of joints, especially when you get into our bedroom, I think what we're gonna do is knock down because that hides imperfections. It is an extra step, but I think in the long run, it will look better. But this is gonna be our living room, and I think what we're gonna do is, this is actually supposed to be our front door that's over here. And we had talked to somebody about putting up like a slat wall here, but the problem is these light switches control the outside light, but also the lights up here and one of the outlets. So I don't want to have to walk around that wall every time I want to turn the light. So I think we're gonna kind of skip that. But the plan is probably to have like a couch here or chairs here, and then a low lying thing over there, and another over there. We're gonna put our TV up over there. But it is coming along. I feel like we're sort of getting a house here.
I can't see the kitchen space through the living room. So that means, yes, walls are going up. I feel much better about that. It is a little weird when we're working, Joe, and you ask me for something and I can't just walk through a wall magically.
Yeah, he's just like walk through the studs. But we're getting there. We have a space. We are going to change all the windows, but after everything is done, because we're going to take off all the siding on the outside and put up a house wrap and then new siding. And so we're going to hold off on the windows until we do that, because you have to take off the siding to do that anyway. But then if you come through this door, this is our bedroom, and it is a workplace. And the way I'm working, I'm not the cleanest worker. In that I'm not super organized because it's mostly me. Rachel's like my helper. What I do is, like, as I tape and spackle and I can't do anymore, I move on to another project. And so though I always say you can't multitask, I'm kind of multitasking. I've got like 3 or 4 projects going on in the house at the same time. So like I may spend a couple of hours doing tape and spackle, and then while that's drying, I move on to doing electrical stuff or putting on drywall in another area or working on the floor. So we're kind of doing everything in pieces.
And whenever Joe leaves a room, I come in and clean behind him.
You start sweeping behind me and cleaning up and putting all my tools away. But I kind of like leave tools in the area of where I need them. So like all my drywall stuff here is clean and it's just there on the floor. I don't want to have a bunch of tables and benches, because then I just got to keep moving everything. And when I put it all on one table, then I can't figure out where I put it. So yeah, I'm not super organized, but this is the bedroom. And we've been going back and forth of how we're going to lay out the bedroom, because of you got so many doors. And we do, though you probably shouldn't, we do have a TV in our bedroom. That's where we spend a lot of our time. And so like trying to figure out where to put the TV is kind of weird. I think we've kind of settled on the bed will go like in this area, and then the TV is going to come up into this area and maybe like on a corner or something, because this area is a little bit deeper. But again, it's just been a lot of work. There's a lot of joints in this room because of all the windows and everything. And you can see along this ceiling, we're not really worrying about the ceiling because we're going to be redoing the whole ceiling. We're putting up this like tile. I'll show it to you in a minute. So what will happen is the whole ceiling will go up to the joint, and then you just run some caulk around that. So you just have to make it so that you don't have big gaps, and that's what that yellow foam is. It's a little trick that if you have a big gap, you fill it in with expansion foam, then you slice it off and you can finish over it. But we have, like I said, there's 2 windows here. This is our bedroom. So the bedroom just needs the final sanding, and then we're going to do our texture in here, and then we can paint it and start working on the floor. The bathroom here is probably going to be the last room that we work on, just because we already have a functioning bathroom, and this is going to be a lot of work because we're going to be tiling. We've got to create a shower, though I do need to get in here and at least work on the sewer a little bit, finish up the floor over here, put up the sewer pipe for the toilet and put a cap on it, because we noticed today when we drain the black tank in our RV, what happens is the drain is right over here, and we basically are liquefying it through a hose and what's called a macerator pump. But the smell comes back up through the open pipes in here, and so while that thing is draining, it smells really bad.
It's definitely something that we need to address, because if you try to use that macerator pump early in the morning, it makes for hostile working conditions here in the house.
This will be the second to last area to finish, because, well, we'll start doing the drywall on the sides, but there's going to be a wall that goes right here. The thing is this is the back door for the house, but it's really our main door that we're using. And if I put up this wall, it will be very difficult to bring big things like sheets of plywood or sheetrock in, because you can't really easily make that turn in there. So what we did was we bring it straight through into the bedroom and then kind of go through the house. So this wall will be like the last thing that goes up, but I'll start doing the sheetrock in here. I just want to make sure I've got all the electrical, because you can see over here I already have sheetrock up over here, and so I need to still come and staple some of my electrical wires and things like that. This will be for out here, this plug right here. What we're debating on is, originally we were gonna put the wall here and have this giant closet, but we're thinking about maybe indenting it a little bit so that we can put right here like a little seat to like almost make the laundry room like also a mud room, so that when you come in you can sit down and take off your shoes and leave your shoes in this laundry area. But this is the laundry area. The only other place I have to work on the floor is there's a little soft spot right here, so I want to cut up this floor and see what's going on below. But we bought this washer and we absolutely love it. This is called the GE Profile All-in-One, and it is a washer and a dryer all-in-one, and it doesn't need a vent, and it can plug into any 120 outlet, so you don't need to have a 240 line. And it's really cool because what happens is it washes the clothes, it spins it, and then it actually dries it. It's much more energy efficient. The only thing is the average load is going to take about 2 to 2.5 hours from start to finish. But it's just Rachel and I. If you put a lot of heavy stuff, like 20 pairs of jeans in there, it could take 3 or 4 hours. But for us, it's really working perfect because that allows us to, instead of having a washer and a dryer, we're gonna build like a little table over here just so you can put fold clothes, maybe a little hanging rod, and we're also gonna put all of our internet stuff up in this corner and not have tons of wires that are always behind our TV in our house. Here's our hot water closet. This has been a lot of the work. We put a giant hot water heater in it. This is it's called a hybrid hot water heater, and you can hear it running. It's basically got an air conditioner built into it, and what happens is the heat from the air conditioner, the coils wrap around the water tank, and that's what heats the water. It sucks air in from here, which is going to have a vent coming through here, and then it blows cold air out here, and this is cold air coming out here, and that'll vent back up into here. So you'll suck hot air out of the house and then pump extra cold air in. And then over here is my whole plumbing system. It's not as organized as I want it to be, but we only had X amount of space. But this is every water line in the house, and it allows me to turn off anything I want. So I can just turn off my ice maker, just turn off my guest sink, my guest shower, my kitchen. Every water line is here. So all of these water lines had to be run underneath the house to get to the fixtures. And this is the room that we're currently working on. This is the kitchen, and we're planning on a very big kitchen. So what we're gonna do is, the refrigerator was originally over here. I think it was in a horrible spot. The refrigerator's gonna go right here. We're gonna have a set of corner cabinets over here, just countertop, cabinets up top. And then on this side, originally, the stove was right here, which was kind of weird because the refrigerator came to here and you had this much room to get stuff out of the stove. It was like a horrible layout and design. So this is gonna be all countertop and cabinets, cabinets up here, counters down here, sink will be here, dishwasher will be over here, and then our stove will be up over here. And one of the things that's taken a little bit of time in here is had to move all the electrical. So, there were a bunch, the kitchen originally ended right here, and we're extending the kitchen way down that way. So I had to move outlets up to the top. I had to add electric for our microwave up here. By the way, if you're wondering, these are bare. It's not connected at all. It's not connected in the panel or anything like that. It's a whole new wire because technically, talking to John Paul, the microwave is supposed to be on its own circuit. So we ran all new wire, haven't connected. We're going to actually have John Paul come help us change out the breaker panel. It's a simple thing, but when your son is a master electrician, hopefully he can come and help us. But you can see we are putting down a new subfloor. So this is going right over the old floor. It's just to give us fresh, a little bit of extra insulation. If there's any kind of bows or anything in the old floor, this is fixing it. It's just OSB going right up over the old one, which we did prime. And then what we're doing is the kitchen is gonna come all the way down to this area over here. So you can see this is all going to be kitchen countertops. So we're going to bring it down to here. And then over here, starting from this window to about over here is going to be like an 8, I haven't figured out which size yet, like an 8 to 10 foot bar. So there'll be cabinets, electric, and then like a hangover piece of like granite or something where we can sit and eat. A big thing that was a problem in this house was the AC. The AC in the house works, it works very well. And now that we've got all of the insulation up, or at least 90% up, thank you, Rachel, for getting all the insulation up. It's definitely staying cold in the house. But the problem is the original return where it sucks the air inside of the house into the air conditioner was in the kitchen underneath the kitchen cabinet, which is weird in so many ways. Because number one, you generally never want to have your AC return in the kitchen or right in the kitchen, because all of the cooking smells will get sucked up into that return and then disperse throughout the house. Like if you're using a bunch of onions, that smell now disperses through the entire house. Yes, you're in a small house and it's gonna happen no matter what, but you don't wanna suck that up into the kitchen, into your AC. But the problem is we're extending the kitchen, so that wasn't gonna work. So we had to figure out what to do. And what I ended up doing was building this box right here and then ran new ductwork underneath the house. And so now the AC return actually has two things. You put a bigger return, one right here, and then another one inside of there, because this room that my hand is reaching into is gonna be my office. And since I run a lot of computers and 3D printers and things like that all generate a lot of heat, I wanted to be able to suck some of the hot air out of there as it pushes the new cold air in, because this house does not have a return in every room. So we have a return here for the main house and then also in my bedroom.
Okay, so the wall that Joe's working on kind of ends over there. We're gonna keep working this way. No, most home remodels do not have like a little baby chicken coop inside of the house, but that's where we're at. We are a working farm. So actually, I don't know if you can see right outside this window here is a little run that we have for the babies. They are only a couple of weeks old, and so they're getting their first taste of grass these days. So during the day, they get to have some fun outside, get some good sunlight in, start like, foraging in the little grass there. And then in the evening, they come back in. I fill this with new bedding, and they have a nice sleep inside where it's going to be guaranteed to be warm. We have the brooder that we plug in for them, and they're good to go. Next over here, you can see is our wall of flooring, or room of flooring, I should say. When we found a super mega ultra deal where we got half price on the vinyl flooring that we wanted that had extra thick padding, we jumped at that sale. And we just decided every room in the house is getting the same color floor. Sale. So finances dictate how this thing is decorated. So we went ahead and bought up all of the flooring, and then we're just storing it here. This will be Caleb's room eventually, and we're storing all of that and the insulation as I work on it in this room.
Bringing that flooring in was a lot of work because it equated to over 4,000 pounds. It was a lot of work.
Getting healthy pays dividends, and we cashed in on better health and mobility by being able to bring in a giant refrigerator and climb up 2 flights of stairs, bring in 100 boxes of flooring. Everything that we've had to carry in, it's just me and Joe. So I'm really glad that we got healthy and are able to carry all that plywood and everything. Here is the bathroom that Joe's been working on. As you can see, we've still got cleanup, and we have to put in fixtures and all kinds of little extras. We did buy a mirror, we've bought a vanity cabinet, but we do have the toilet put in, the bidet put in, the electric for that. The shower is here, outlets, at least one light in this room. So we're doing well.
Yeah, so the bathroom is a functioning bathroom.
Yeah.
And we have a bidet, which is super important. So in here, I just need to finish doing all the sand work, and then we're gonna texture this, and then we can paint it. And this And then we have the ceiling, but we're gonna make sure we get everything painted before we do the ceiling. You can see here, we actually had to move the wall from there over a little bit. So the wall actually came all the way over on the edge. And that was because we wanted to have a little bit larger of a bathroom. So we moved about 6 inches to give us a standard sized bathtub. But this was a lot of work. But again, you can see we did a nice porcelain tile. It comes halfway up the walls. And then that is a really good surround with a good metal tub.
If you go here, you can see inside of Joe's office, we've got the insulation ready, but no walls just yet. This will be the next room as Joe moves this way through the kitchen. He'll then make his way into here where we can put up walls in this space. But it is weird not being able to see Joe when he's on the other side of this wall now. But you can actually see the other side of the box that Joe created for the air conditioner and the vent that we have here for the return.
And I do feel like this box isn't really taking a lot away from the room, because originally where I'm standing right now, this was a closet. And we decided to eliminate the closet to give me more room. I'd rather just have shelves up because of the stuff that I use and like surround the whole office and like desks and things like that. So what we're gonna do is I'll probably put my desk or something right here. And I'm gonna get a piece of like marble or granite or something and put that on top of here, and then I can put a 3D printer or our house printer or something on here. So it will be a functional thing. You just don't have storage below it. But you can see I added some electric down here. So this will be a nice area, and it'll be nice to be able to suck some of the hot air in here. This is the other side of the bathroom. This light, obviously, like I said, I need to puncture a hole so that we can hang a vanity light in there. And then this hole here is because there's a vent stack that goes on here, and I'm gonna 3D print a box that fills in this hole. That's one of the reasons I haven't done that, although I'm probably going to sheetrock in here next. We have about 10 or 15 pieces of sheetrock left. It looks like some of them are kind of damaged, which is kind of disappointing to me, so I'm trying to salvage them because there's like broken edges on them. But the more I've been thinking about it, it's going to become more and more difficult to get sheetrock into these rooms, especially this one, because you're going to have to bring it down and then try to swing it all the way around. So what I was thinking is, while we still have kind of access to an open wall here, bring it down and kind of slide it through the open wall and get that sheetrock into this room. So I'm probably, before I even wall off this wall on the outside, going to get the sheetrock into here. It'll be pretty quick and easy to get sheetrock in here. You know, it's maybe 8 or 10 pieces, and then I can always work on it later. By the way, the thing over here, this is just going to get covered up because this is actually your AC venting. Everything comes up, goes through, and goes through all the ceiling. So we didn't even worry about taking all this out because you're not going to see it. It's a permanent walled-in area. So we're going to just kind of wall all of this off and go from there.
This last room is our tool storage room, but one day it will be a guest room. And I feel very encouraged by the sheer amount of crap that we can fit in this room, that when it is all cleaned out and only has what we want in this room, it's going to be very nice and spacious. We actually were able to get this nice little armoire for storage. We did take the closet out of this room, so we need some pieces of storage. So whenever we find something on a deep discount, 50% off or more, then we consider it for the room. And like I said, that dictates some of the design and colors. And I think that we're probably going to see a lot of white, black, brown, and gray in our house. Why? Because we can usually find those items in a deeper discounted arena. We're not looking for anything fancy. We're looking things that are very functional and very inexpensive. We do have all of the insulation up in this room. We're just needing some walls. We have this run here, not pretty, functional, safe. That's what we want. So we have this space. It's got some cover on it so that in case it gets too sunny, they can kind of retreat to some shade. But then also they have a sunny spot where they can drink their water, eat, and then just visit with one another. They love running back and forth. And as you can see, they're kind of like me. I don't know if I'm hot or if I am cold. So they're like right on the edge of it. So this little thing comes down and gives us full access to the chickie babies. They're just adorable. And then over here in what was once a horse stall is the clubhouse for the turkeys. They absolutely love this space. Let me see if I can get the Tom, who's very proud. Oh, here we go. Go, 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 go. How cute are these guys?
This is their favorite space.
We are really enjoying getting to know them. And then there's Tabitha that is always looking for a new stick. She's definitely the VIP, the MVP of the Double K farm, because she is always protecting the flock.
But you can see everybody gets along. I mean, the turkeys are not afraid of Tabitha. Tabitha actually loves them. You can see our big Tom. We have not named the turkeys at all, because one day there'll be dinner. But you can see this is the alpha. He loves to show off his feathers. So we have 2 of the males. So this is a male of him, and then this is one of the females. This black one, she lost her mate. We got these from somebody, and so she's a female. That is the other female brown one. This is our female. It's called Blue Slate, and then this is our other male one. I think that's the other male one. Yes, that's the other male. You can see is a little bit smaller than the big Tom, but you can see he loves showing off his feathers. And then this guy over here is our male of the Blue Slate.
This is Poultry Town. You can see we have room for all of the animals. In the middle, that's the turkey tractor. We've got a house for the chickens. And then anytime we have something new, like a new chicken that's even, even if it's an adult chicken, we're going to put it there first and then allow it to acclimate with the flock. We like to do things in a very safe fashion when we're introducing new members of the flock. But speaking of members of the flock, we should probably call them. Let's see if we can get the guys to show up. Here are a few members of our chicken flock. This one is actually one of the OGs, one of our original chickens, Bessie, that we've had for a really long time. Really enjoying the new digs. I'm glad that, as we've gone from city people to country people, she's gone with us. She was a city chicken and she's acclimating really well into this backyard life. But I am glad that we do raise the chickens from babies as much as possible, so that I can call them and then have them come and answer me. So wherever they are on the farm, I can kind of round them back up again.
But you can see, I think it's kind of cool. You can hear the hawks over us. And so that's why our rooster right there, that is Jeffrey.
Yeah, that's Jeffrey.
And he's very alert, kind of puffing up, like listening for sounds. And if anything kind of gets close, he'll start like growling, and then everybody will go hide.
Well, and you'll notice that he eats at different times than everybody else. So you can see the ladies around him are kind of just like, they've got their heads down and foraging. He's got his head up. He's not eating right now because he's making sure that all the ladies are protected. And I think that that's kind of awesome. Jeffrey and Larry also do not go to bed at night unless all of the hens are in the coop, which I think is really cool.
So this chicken coop was actually like a little playhouse that the old owners left on the property. We moved it from one section of the property to the other. That was not an easy task at all, but we were able to move it. And we basically turned it into a chicken coop. We put the run on the front. Eventually, we're going to have a much larger building. But right now, we want to concentrate on working in the house, not building a giant chicken coop. But what we basically did was we added in here, we put a little bit of a roost here, a roost here. One of the ladies is actually laying an egg. And then we have this thing that's called a hen gear. I don't want to disturb her. But what happens is they lay their egg in there, and then the eggs roll down into the box. Eventually, it needs to get moved up. You can see where the brackets are, but we've been having a hard time getting them to actually use it. When we had it up higher, they were just going underneath it. So I talked to the company and they said the best thing to do is put it down on the ground, allow them to do that, keep the flap open so they see this is where I'm supposed to go lay the eggs. They said put some bedding in there. And then once they start using it on a regular basis, then you can go ahead and move it to the right spot. And I don't know if she's laying or if she's just sitting on eggs, because I know that there's a couple of eggs in there. I can see one. It is kind of cool though, because I always leave a couple of eggs in there just to, again, encourage them to use that as the nesting box instead of going in a corner, because a lot of times they'll go in a corner. Wherever I put the eggs, when somebody goes in there, she moves them. So like I'll put it in the, like over behind the red curtain, and she'll go in there, and it's kind of cool to watch her take her beak and push it up underneath her while she's laying another one. If you put it in the middle, you'll come back and you'll find them. You'll find if you have 3 different eggs in 3 different spots in there, you'll come back and find them all in one spot. I think it's really cool the way they will move them around and sit on top of them. Hopefully we can get one of our chickens to be broody, because we know at this point all of the chickens have been fertilized. And though it would be really cool to put them in an incubator, I do think it would be even better if we can get one of these chickens to become a mama, because then all of the other chickens would accept her babies, or whatever babies there are, as like part of the flock, and we wouldn't have to worry about the whole integration thing. So we'll see. You know, it's not really the time of year for them to get broody, but we'll see what happens. But we are planning on also trying the incubator thing just to try to hatch our own eggs.
Okay, I'm a little bit hungry, so I am going to air fry up some of these cheddar and bacon Angus beef patties.
Okay, so for dinner, we are going to smoke a pork belly like a brisket. Actually, it's a half a pork belly, because it's just Rachel and I, and there's no reason to make a complete pork belly. So I ran up to the local butcher. I bought an entire pork belly, and I've cut it in half. I put half of it in the freezer, and the other half we're gonna smoke in our Rectech grill. So we have some helpers here. The turkeys came over to see what is going on. You can see them right there. They're just kind of hanging out here up by where we have the barbecue grill underneath the deck. So to do this, we basically only need a couple of things. We need a pork belly, we need some mustard, and then some kind of salt. And I'm gonna use the Redmond's cherry smoked salt blend. So what I'm gonna do is I'm basically going to just score the fat cap. So just take a knife. You don't have to go all the way through. We just want to score it. And you can do this however you want. We're just going to put some lines and then crisscross. It makes it look really pretty, but also allows that salt to get in, and it's going to make this like candy when we're done. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some mustard, and I'm just going to put a bunch on the top. The mustard is kind of optional, but it does add a nice flavor to this. And I'm just using this horseradish mustard that we got from Walmart. And we're gonna go ahead and coat the whole top. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of my salt on, and I'm going to rub it into this fat cap. Then I'm gonna take my Meter 2 Plus, I'm gonna insert it right into the middle of the meat. You want to make sure that you're all the way into the middle if you can. There's a little line on here. You want to make sure you get past that line. We're going to go all the way up to here. That's going to allow me to monitor the temperature. Now I've already got my grill preheating. We're going to go to 300 degrees. And all we're going to do is place our pork belly in the middle here, fat cap up. And we're going to cook this until we have an internal temperature of 160 degrees. It's going to take probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours. At that point, we're going to put a foil boat around it, and we're going to go until we have an internal temperature of like 205 to 210 degrees, or until a meat probe will just like cut through it like butter. This way you have an amazing texture, and it's literally like eating a brisket. Now, one thing about the Meter, I absolutely love the Meter temperature probe. This thing is amazing. I talk about all the time that if you're going to cook with meat, you need 2 things. Number 1, you need a really good instant read thermometer. I'll leave a link for a couple down below.
It's really important to have them because you want to be able to just quickly check the temperature. But instant read thermometers, you don't cook with them in there. That's to really just go check for doneness later on. But you also should have a really good temperature probe that you can cook with, like the meter. The meter is amazing because you can put this in there. There's no wires. You can monitor your entire cook through your smartphone. It'll let you know when it's done, and it will also record everything and keep it in your app so that the next time you want to go cook, like for example, a pork belly like a brisket, you can look and see exactly how long it took. It is a great tool. I'll leave a link for it down below, and they're having an amazing Black Friday sale right now. So make sure you take advantage of it. This makes a great gift. They have them in singles, and now you can also get it in a multiple block. So really, really excited about the fact that you can now get this in a multiple block.
Okay, here is the finished product. I have 2 of these cheddar burgers. It took about 12 minutes from frozen in the air fryer to cook them. Each of them are topped with an egg. And then I have this black olive and Parmesan topper for them, as well as some blue cheese. Really gonna enjoy these today. I like how everybody picks their spot. Is this your spot? This is your spot here? I like it. I totally think that you have picked a really great spot. What are you doing up there? No one needs you up there. This is a conundrum of your own making, friend. You're calling for help, but we are not asking you to be there.
Okay, so the meter app is letting me know that we're about 2 minutes away from our pork belly hitting 160 degrees. So we're gonna go out and now wrap it with foil. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this out and we're gonna place it on our foil. This is thin foil, so I'm using 3 layers. Usually I like to do 2 layers. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll up the edge and basically make a bow. So we're gonna do this side, and we're gonna do this side. Tuck this in, roll up this side. And what you wanna do is try to make it as tight as you can. And then on this side, we gotta deal with the meter. So same thing, just make a little boat. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this back in. Tighten it up a little bit. And now we're gonna continue to cook this until we get to an internal temperature of 205 to 210 degrees. I'm not so concerned about the internal temperature of more of the texture. I mean, it is already fully cooked and ready to eat, but it's not the texture I'm looking for. Again, we're looking to have this like a brisket where it just falls apart, melts in your mouth. So we're gonna set the meter app to let me know when we get to 205 degrees. Then we're gonna come out with a instant read thermometer and not even check for temperature. We're gonna just simply probe it, and what we're looking for is that probe to cut through it like it's melted butter. Just, it should go right through. And at that point, you're gonna have the perfect pork belly.
So we have some visitors to our makeshift outdoor play space for the baby chicks. So we've got baby chicks over here, and of course I'm sitting inside of this little play hut that we have for them. It's great. It's got both shade if they need to be shaded from the sun, and then it also has some sun space for them to enjoy. And they're tweeting away, having some, a nice long run, getting used to the grass, but also getting used to what will be their aunts and uncles. And I've got to say, I think the turkeys are definitely more interested in the baby chicks than even the other chickens are, because everybody is just, they keep walking around going, what's going on in there and why are we missing out? I do want to point out the VIP of the Double K Ranch over there beyond the turkeys, and that is Tabitha. Tabitha just knows whenever the babies are out, she's got to be out too. making sure that we keep an eye out for hawks. As you can see in front of this opening, I've got a garbage can. I've got a garbage can that stands in front of the other side, the other opening, because we got to keep them safe. We do have predator birds in the area, and so we've got to keep them safe. But it's just hilarious to me how interested these turkeys are in the chickie babies.
Okay, the pork belly should be done. I actually turned off the smoker. We're gonna go ahead and do a probe test though. Okay, so we're gonna take our instant read thermometer, and all we're doing is seeing, does it go right through? And you can see it does. Smoker's been off for about 10 minutes, so it's been resting, and we're right around 205, 206 degrees. So this is absolutely perfect. It's time to eat.
The daycare routine is completed for today. They're all back inside. They've managed to already kick the fresh bedding into their water. They're fantastic at that. New food, new water, everything cleaned up, so it's nice and fresh for them, and they're warmer, nice and toasty.
Okay, look at this. Here we go. So when we cut open this, you're gonna just see, look at how amazing that is. Nice and juicy, and it is gonna have the most amazing texture. I'm gonna go ahead and finish plating this up. Okay, here you go. Your
Yum.
favorite food.
This is my favorite food, and look at that jiggly fat on top.
I gave you the fattier end.
Thank you.
So we've got pork belly, smoked like a brisket.
Smoking like a brisket.
And then we've got some Brussels sprouts that are covered in butter and Redmond salt. But again, when you cook it this way, it's just so tender. It literally is like a brisket. You can literally just pull the meat apart. If
Butter.
it wasn't for the fact that I'm like holding the plate in my hand, I would show you, but
Oh my gosh.
so good.
So soft.
The fat is perfect. It's a little crispy on the top. And then adding the Redmond smoked salt just brings it to another whole level.
Whole nother level, baby.
And then, of course, I love Brussels sprouts.
Me too.
But I don't like them mushy.
No.
I like them like perfect, like a little bit of a crunch. These are just frozen ones.
Al dente.
But they were like 99 cents in Walmart. And every once in a while, I want some green stuff. So, but this is just a great way. And again, people talk about keto being expensive. I see it over and over. I can't afford. This pork belly was $3 a pound. $3 a pound.
Great meal prepping.
And I only cooked half of it, and there's half of what I've cooked is still left. The other half, we can cook it like a brisket later. You can turn it into bacon. There's so much you can do. And pork belly is, I mean, it's obviously not a ruminant animal. It is still pork, and so, like, you know, they eat slop, and we can't afford pasture-raised pork. But if you're looking for something with a high fat level,
Pork.
This is it. I mean, you're getting a lot of fat eating the pork belly. I mean, it's like just like eating bacon. It's the same part that the bacon comes from. We're just cooking a little bit differently. And at $3 a pound, you can't go wrong. And then using the meter really, really does help things. It is a great Christmas gift. So
Yes.
if you're looking for a Christmas gift, if you're looking to really up your meat cooking, check out the link down below. Again, big Black Friday sales. But here's the deal. I actually have an extra one of these. So this one has never been used. When the Meter 2 Plus came out, they had sent me one. You can see brand new, never used. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to give this away in this video.
Early Merry Christmas.
So here's what you need to do to enter. You need to be subscribed to the channel. You need to make sure you have the notifications turned on, because we're going to contact the winner by responding to your comment. And if you don't have notifications turned on, you won't know you won, and then we're going to have to give it away to somebody else.
Oh no.
Then leave a comment down below in the chat, in the comment section. So any comment you want, and then what we'll do is we will draw a random winner using Pick a Winner, and then notify whoever wins that you won, and then you'll have a couple days to get a hold of us, and if you don't, then we're just going to pick somebody else.
Pick a winner.
What do I got? Something stuck in my beard.
It's like some Brussels sprouts.
So yeah, if you're interested in the meter, go ahead and enter down below. But that's going to be the end of today's video. Now, if you like seeing videos like this, take a look at some of the videos we've linked right over here. Also, make sure you take on the most recent video I'm going to put right over there.
But whether you head this way or you head this way, don't forget to head this way. Subscribe to our channel and click the little bell icon, and that way every single time I have my favorite thing for dinner, you'll be alerted to it.
Till next time.
Bye.